Two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's go now. 10-2 start. I got you. Ready?
To throw is Thompson on 1st and 10. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Ready. Alpha.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Oh, yeah.
Now Thompson. That one going to be complete to David Moore. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Set 50, plant.
56. I'm coming after you.
Look at me. Go. Hey, Haywood. 2.
Now Thompson from the gun on 3rd down. Able to find Waller. That's complete. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Thompson from the gun, he'll throw. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll run here with Balaj. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, Delta.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go.
Now Balaj. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. Well, it was third down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Hey, Charlie.
Thompson now. Going to throw again. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 30 yards. They run it with Balaj. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
52 is the mic right here on left, right? 52.
From the 50, it's Watson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
He's crashing.
Here's Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. Darren Waller, the intended receiver.
And as a defender, if you come up with 2 interceptions in a game, that's pretty rare in the NFL. You might see one guy a weekend do that, but have 2 in the first quarter, that's something you don't see all that often. I have a feeling they'll think twice about throwing in his direction too often.
And he's got room. And down inside the 15 he goes. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. That toss play right, we know it's one of the successful plays they have in their arsenal, and they showed you why there.
And remember, in order for it to be successful, because it's a little bit of a slower developing play, those Those blocks at the line of scrimmage have to be kept, have to be held so that the runner can get to the corner and turn it upfield.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Where's up? Alert, 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 alert.
Blue down. He's checking right. Must be a time to see me.
Call it no gain on the dump-off, and it's 3rd down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position. Now facing 3rd down. On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught them off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
They'll run forward to Tariq Cohen. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Cooper was the target there, but now it's 3rd and goal. This Tampa Bay defense, they held strong on the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Hey, check 24, watch 24.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A 3-yard touchdown run as the Bears push further out in front.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Ballage. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
1st down, Buccaneers.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. After the run, Watson going to throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
By 52, by 52. And what's that? And what's the ball? 52's the mark.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Now it's Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Amari Cooper, 26 yards as the Bears push further out in front. And when the quarterback drops and has a guy that wide open in the end zone, his eyes have to get just as big as grapefruits.
Oh, without a doubt. This is the easiest throw you're going to get, and you're going to get the benefit of a touchdown on top of it. Make that throw.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Bucs take over
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. A shotgun snap for Watson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah,
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington.
That's correct.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 18-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. On 3rd down, it's Cohen, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Set.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me on a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Watson, this complete to Jones. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Watson on first down. Complete to Jones. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
24.
From the gun, here's Watson. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Watson now to throw. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller.
Watson's pass complete to number 84. It's a gain of 11, and it's 3rd down.
You set. 19. Set. 54.
Here we go. 56. Mike, 56 right there. Right?
59.
Watson on 3rd down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Read it well, and it's picked. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Right there. What we got? What we got? What we got?
Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And that is going to be a safety. So give 2 points to the defense. They were in hot pursuit there, and in the end, they force him out of bounds.
You just wondered how he was going to get out of this one, Brandon. We saw him painting himself into a corner, and finally has nowhere to go but out the side of the end zone.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. That's fielded at the 8-yard line.
go, boys. Bring it up.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt they had something going, but they just need
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
DeMarcus Lawrence. A loss of 5 yards on the sack. And it's third down. 3rd and 9.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. No gain on this defense.
Watson now, operating from the gun. And the pressure gets to him again. Daniil Hunter able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
3 and out.
They're going for it. It's Watson. And it is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. First down, a run with Cohen. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Try to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
58, Mike. Bring it. Hey, 18. 58 Mike.
Play action. Now Trubisky. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, so they held them to 3. But this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
That factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end. And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Watson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back in. Inside the 20.
The Bears take over first and 10. 19-yard line.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Slam, slam, slam.
Throw left side complete. That's Schwartz. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. From 19 yards away. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will extend this big lead.
Buccaneers 2.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. A gain there of 21 yards. Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. The tackle is made by Adoree Jackson.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
56 the mark, boys. 56. Hey, line him up.
From the 44, Watson caught by Jones. That one a first down pickup of 8. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10. To throw is Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the first-round pick of 2014. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Back to throw, Watson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. The reception good for 7. It's third down. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
With the score, Bears 34, Buccaneers 2.
Mike, set. Right here, right here. Watch tight end. Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Hey, no timeout. Line him up.
And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Mike, Hey, check 24. Check 24.
On second down, it's Cohen. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Bears on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is third down and 12.
58. Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. He's going to let this one go deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you could put yourself in jeopardy.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. The Bears tried it on fourth down, unable to convert. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10, just shy of mid. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Bucs take over first and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Giving them nothing today. Mike 52. They're not ready for this.
Fresh off the pick-6, it's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Hey, Mike 52.
To try again after the sack. Watson, quick slant, caught by Moore. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Throwing on third down, Watson. He completes it to Jones. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 22. So into Bear territory now. This is first and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Watson. Jones has it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Again, it's Watson. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. A draw play now, Balaj. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Off of play action, it's Watson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he's into the clear. The 40. The 20. 10. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. Oh, this is becoming tough to watch. I don't know that I've seen 3 pick-6s from the same quarterback in the same game.
And I know that many are going to scream at the coach about why did you let him stay out there to throw those. But truthfully, what if are the odds that you're going to throw 3 pick sixes in a game? You want to leave them out there so they can work through some of the rough stuff.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Set. 19. Choose the mic. 1984.
The drive will commence with a run by Balaj. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Right back to him on first down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. If you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who have gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And right now, Charles, I think you'd have to say their class starting to show through.
Yeah, they were disappointed not to get the #1 seed in the playoffs, but the reality is these guys can play anywhere. It doesn't matter for them.
And if they can indeed hold on to this lead, that's going to set up one heck of a championship game next Sunday.
Let's come back and watch it, shall we?
Something tells me you and I are going to be there. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Good work after the catch. Going to net them 23 and a first.
And a Buccaneer first down.
We're set. 19. 52 right here. 52. Hey, keep it. Hey, 31. Hey, line up. Switch.
One last throw here for Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Well, on both sides, you come into this game with so much hope, so much build-up, looking to move on. One side gets to do that, but let's not forget the others. Tough pill to swallow.
It really is, because there's so much hard work, effort. You mentioned the hope to go on and maybe play in the big game itself. Well, let's see how they handle it, though. The offseason is going to be a long one for them because they're going to eat their heart out watching other people continue to play. But can they come back the next year and find it in them to make that same run again and maybe find a way to advance?